UK post-punk pioneers Public Image Limited, PiL, are set to release their first studio album in 20 years as John Lydon, a.k.a. Johnny Rotten, looks to release This Is PiL on May 28th via the band's own label, PiL Official. Johnny Lydon formed Public Image Limited after the breakup of his previous band, the Sex Pistols, and they released their first album in 1978, That What Is Not. Although it's been 20 years since Public Image Limited's last album, the band has performed some live shows and done some tours throughout the hiatus, but fans have been longing for a new album from the band for 2 decades. Artisan News recently caught up with John Lydon to get his thoughts on taking 20 years in between albums and why he felt stifled by the industry.
Somehow I was hooked into a long-term obligation, and it suited me very well. But as the years went by, the word recuperation started to kick in, and that meant that I couldn't possibly make enough in order to get an advance on the next record until the previous debt was paid. And that went on and on and on to the point where I couldn't function properly as an artist anymore. And that stifled my comings and goings musically for almost 2 decades. But finally those contracts have expired, or they've, thank God, lost interest in me, to the point where I'm now in a free world.
After many years of being stifled as an artist, Lydon formed the band's own label, PiL Official, and he talked about how great of a position he finally feels his career is at.
But it occurred to all of us that ultimately the only true way out of this situation, and to not go back into the mistakes and errors of the past, was to form our own label, PiL Official, Public Image Limited Official. It's a most excellent position to find myself in. I'm now truly working with people I respect and who respect me. We view each other very fondly, and we don't lie to each other anymore, and we're not caught up in a world of corporate tricks and accounting.
One of the other factors that helped John get the new album recorded and released and enough money to fund his touring schedule was a recent UK commercial deal with Country Life Butter, which helped kickstart the reformation of Public Image Limited. John also talked about how that campaign was the catalyst to reform PiL.
It struck me as an incredibly anarchistic ideology, really, from a butter company to come to me and say, "Would you like to be a spokesperson, John?" Yippee-yi-yo. From the second we met them, we sat down, we knew that they really truly respected where we stood, and from there on in we respected them. They never lied to us, they never cheated, they never made anything difficult, they never set up any barriers or opposing forces or ideologies upon us. Loved it, really loved them, and more power to you. And so I hope and heartedly walked into that campaign of selling British butter to British people. There's not much of a sellout in that, if you really analyse it truly. But the money that came from it, not a huge astronomical amount, not by any means, but that was enough for us to initiate Public Image Limited again. We could start to rehearse. We could raise such a thing called wages, monthly allowances, pay for a road crew, hire equipment, rent a van, travel to a gig, book a gig, play a gig, and start earning. And the earning, of course, is what went into paying for the recording. The world can be a good place. It's a difficult place. And one thing led to another. And here we are with our own label, our own form of music. We still stand true to the very same principles that Public Image began with initially, and indeed the Sex Pistols from my point of view. Tell it like it is, live the lifestyle, and don't do anything to hurt anyone. And you hear the police siren in the distance. They're playing my tune.
This Is PiL was recorded at Steve Winwood's barn in the UK. PiL will head out on the road beginning June 29th in Serbia at the Belgrade Calling Festival. After that, the band will continue a run of festival dates and headlining shows through Europe, extending until August 18th at Beautiful Days Festival in Devon, UK. The band will be announcing more tour dates as they look to tour North America in support of This Is PiL.